Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of your co-hosts, Amadeus Kyouma, here to start us off tonight. I'll be doing the haphazard occurrences for this week, informing you that 64% of college dropouts cite mental health issues such as anxiety or depression for being the reason why they drop out of college. People that report having these issues in high school are far less likely than their peers to attend college across the board. That was a study done by the National Alliance on Mental Health. For tonight's trivia, I'm asking you guys, where would you guess the US ranks in terms of 25-year-olds through 34-year-olds having a higher education? We'll have the answer to that after catching up with the hosts. Uh, like I've already said, I am Amadeus Kyouma.
I'm your host, Nocam.
And I am your other co-host, GymBagBob.
Woo.
All right, the can I actually opened up was a AHA sparkling water. It was lime and watermelon.
Is it good?
It's okay. I had go through a bunch of maskless idiots. All right, to achieve it, or obtain it. All right.
Would you wait
Maybe
in
it's
line?
just jealousy because they can be as dumb as they fucking want, and then I can, I have to adhere by the rules.
It's heavily encouraged, yeah.
It's literally a requirement, but yeah, I mean, everything is just implied. Is Yeah,
I mean, it's requirement is said, but then when it comes to actual enforcement, it seems like it's a recommendation. Again, that seems to be the case for a fair amount of places in Minnesota. Only example I can think of is back at a time as a McDonald's manager. We were the only store in town that actually enforced the mask mandate, as in, hey, if you don't have a mask, you can go through drive-through, but otherwise you're shit out of luck, basically.
right. I mean, I think that could really apply to anything. Uh, I mean, from like school rules to like government to international government.
Mm.
But just like war crimes, those laws are just implications until
It's the
not
person that wins, yeah.
yeah.
They're the one in charge of, well, yeah, it had to be done.
That's why we have to be careful with the Nuremberg trials because we don't want to be like, well, we're the victors, so we're gonna, everyone that lost, they get a punishment. It was interesting that that was one of the factors that was in there. But otherwise, how was your week?
I got COVID.
I heard about that, and then I also like re-listened to part of our podcast about. Well, I haven't got COVID yet, so I mean,
Yeah, it's kind of fucking stupid. uh, where and when, I can only speculate. Uh, I mean, I think I had already been feeling sick beforehand with the Friday before last week's podcast episode, so 2 days beforehand. I already had a headache that had been developing over the weekend and just like body aches. So I'm not sure when, but I tested positive for it. Overall symptoms were very minor. The worst it was a bit of a stuffy nose, and then the back of my throat felt like really sore. I was like in a perpetual state of dehydration, but beside those two things, nothing. And I feel fine at the moment, normal health, I guess. So
yeah, I know a few
thankful.
people who have gotten it, and then they have very small side effects from it.
Yeah, that seems to be the category I've thankfully fallen into. Nothing requiring
Right.
hospitalization or even the lung COVID side of things where it's a lot of coughing or lung irritation. There's been fuck all of that at least, so makes
Well, yeah.
life.
I mean, there's also the factor of relatively you're healthy and young, so
Yeah, oh, definitely that plays the biggest factor in it. But otherwise, I mean, aside from going to Walmart once since I've been infected, I've just been kind of inside my apartment,
yeah.
just I don't know, enjoying the time off of work more or less. It's been a unpaid vacation. Not too exciting. I'm upset more than anything that I lost my 2-year streak, but oh well.
Well, I mean, here we are starting off another episode without commission because we said the C word, so
Oh yeah, yeah. I think it's I don't like talking about it unless there's something relevant to mention about the subject, or if it personally pertains to one of us. We have something that we can personally relate to,
Right.
because otherwise, who the fuck cares? You can hear C talk anywhere on the goddamn internet.
Yeah, that's why
It's
for one of our upcoming hosts, I told them, okay, if you're gonna bring up, you can talk about anything. You can like, you know, everything is or nothing is off the table. But you know, if you are bringing up a COVID topic, at the very least, bring other topics as well. So, A, we can either gloss over it, or B, you know, we could just like not talk about it at all. It just,
yeah.
I don't know. It's after hearing about it for what, like 2, going on 3 years soon.
It's only in
Eventually.
yeah, it's only interesting when people are getting blacklisted because of talking about it, and we'll talk about that later, I guess. But
Oh yeah.
it's only interesting when shit like that comes up. Otherwise, it's asked and answered.
Oh god, I just realized that we have, yeah, 2 episodes in a row. We have like a big topic with COVID.
And we
All right.
mention it. All right, we need to get off the topic, otherwise we
Yeah,
can talk about
it's
it.
we're gonna become Ethan Klein too.
Um, Graduation. I am waiting on teachers. Again, on my channel, the first variant of my senior project is up for viewing. Next weekend I plan on redoing it a bit more inclusive of the actual presentation itself. Didn't realize that the camera quality wasn't as good as I was hoping, but that's beside the point. At this point, it's just a waiting game for teachers to do their shit, and then I'm a high school graduate. Woo. No.
About time.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, what she said, I guess, but
I mean, it's nice. It doesn't really affect anything in terms of like job opportunities. The current place that I work at, it said on the website, well, high school diploma or GED equivalent is required, and I'm still working there, and I technically don't have that.
well, that's weird because I thought that would like play a huge role into it because teachers even say it a lot. Like, well, a lot of opportunities close when you don't have
Well,
a diploma. I mean, it still does.
it
But
does,
if you're
but
just
how the
looking
fuck?
for
Yeah,
like petty work, like, you know, kind of jobs that uh you know, you and I are doing for jobs. Nothing like career-wise.
yeah. Blue collar is still a
Right.
viable option, which is still decently well paying.
Or
You
even
just
like
probably,
your
I guess, yeah.
the Aldi scandal.
Uh, I am unaware.
Well, you said that you had a resume or you had a diploma.
You
Oh, that I was a graduate. I've done that to every job. I mean, I told well, actually, okay, the one place that knew that I wasn't a graduate, or two places, McDonald's, they knew, didn't fucking care. It's a fast food place, as well as Dunn Brothers. Again, it's a food service based industry. They don't care
Right.
if you're in high school, graduated, if you're a fucking dropout and you're 55. It doesn't matter as long as you're doing the job.
But for other jobs, for verification wise, they don't really like,
They
okay,
don't
well,
check.
show us. Yeah.
They don't check because they just assume, okay, well,
Why would they
it's
lie?
why would they lie?
Yeah,
As well
vast
as they
majority of people.
yeah, the vast majority of people don't really they aren't in my situation where they would have to lie about it, as well as the job that they're doing doesn't require it. I mean, at Right Way or say for example UFC, none of the shit that you actually learned, okay, maybe not none, a large percentage of the shit you've learned in high school probably won't be actually used on the day-to-day of the job itself. It's just to show a baseline of intelligence, which is fair, but I can also just lie about it and still get the job. As long as I'm meeting expectations, I guess that's all that matters to the company. But again,
Yeah.
a career, that's where they actually more than likely I would assume that they would actually check. Oh, you say you have you have a bachelor's degree in chemical engineering and you want to work on pharmaceutical drugs? Well, let me double check. Oh, you don't have it. Oh, welcome.
Well, yeah, I
Welcome to
mean
the
that
team.
you kind of need to prove it. But the former though, I mean, you don't,
Yeah.
it's
I'd be
it's
curious.
basic knowledge. Everything else is
I'd be
above that
curious.
really isn't. But what?
Yeah. I'd be curious to try for a job that really does require like a diploma, a bachelor's, an associate's, a master's degree. just try and apply anyway and see if it's the kind of interview where it's not a technical interview.
Well, I mean, you
It's
could.
a
What is it like? Elon Musk. He said that you don't have to have a diploma or you don't have to have a degree to work for my company, but
I
like you
could
you
yeah.
kind of do need to prove that you can do it though.
I'll
So
just be the
like,
CEO of Tesla. Musk himself said it.
okay.
I'll be Elon Musk 2.0.
Yeah, just ask him directly, and like he says, you know what, I'll step down. I need the extra free time anyway.
He's old. All right, let a younger, let someone that just graduated high school. I'm at the top of my game.
Yeah, he's gonna work on his next underground tunnel system where
That's-
you could
you know,
just drive above ground, but like it's underground.
Tesla got too mainstream for him. He's too much of a hipster to want to be the CEO of it still. Teslas would
He's
be interesting to drive. I keep on seeing videos of them and like YouTube recommended. The
I'd
car
maybe
side of YouTube is interesting. Just how
I'd rent one. I don't think
oh
I'd ever
definitely.
buy one.
If I have the money to afford one, no, probably not what I'd buy. Renting one would be fucking amazing though. I mean,
The software is supposed to be good.
for how fucking expensive they are. I hope the software's good.
Well, I mean, you can get like a really expensive car and then their software is shit because they just don't have like veteran software developers.
True. I know like that's a at least with like some of the few years prior models of Mercedes. No, with Tesla it's so good because the interior of almost all of their vehicles, if not all of their vehicles, has that giant ass fucking iPad like thing
I
that's
think that's
required.
so fucking dumb.
It is. It's required for everything on it, so it better be
Yeah.
fucking good.
Yeah, I mean, I think someone got pulled over. Well, I don't think there's a video of some guy getting pulled over because he had that in his
Mhm.
car and the cop just didn't understand.
Okay, the cop only pulled him over because the guy let himself get pulled over.
Fair enough.
I wanna place bets on that.
But yeah, I don't really like. Maybe I'm in the minority here, but like I don't like. I don't really like touchscreens in cars. I think
Ah,
they're a bit tacky.
I like it to some extent.
Maybe for a GPS.
Well, GPS systems are built-in ones are nice. They even had those like early before 2010 and whatnot. I know on certain types of it was just built into some cars.
Right.
Not like not full blown like a Tesla, but I also don't mind some touchscreen action. Closest example that comes to mind, like a 2017 Chrysler 200. It has a digital display, and it makes it a lot easier to hook up Bluetooth. You can fuck with a lot of sound settings like that. You can look at the fuel economy that your car is getting. Even with the electronic gauge cluster, it can show you tire pressure and various tires. I like some of it being digitized because of the more one, it shows you more information easier, and two, if it's digital, you can have an easier time swapping it out for a custom gauge cluster. I've seen ones
Right.
that look really fucking nice. But there is also that appeal of analog and that kind of technology. There is a definite feel for it. It's enjoyable still. I think it always will be.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things I liked about that one car that apparently the people actually have problems with the car. Like they just don't like it. The Jaguar that I showed you. I think the
The
two
2005,
yeah
2006 model?
2005 like XJR I believe it's called. And then
Yeah.
like I like it because it has like a monochrome display, and those are great. I mean they're just not too much going on there, and it's
Yeah.
they don't have to make amazing software for it to look good. It's just it just does the bare basic shit, and then everything on the touchscreen can be subbed in with physical buttons as well. They kind of have like fail safes.
Um, yeah. There's certain cars, I mean, I think when it comes to the interior design of cars, the dash, the gauge cluster, those are the ones that either make or break it more often than not for me, personally. Older like 80s, early 90s cars that have a lot of buttons to them, they either do it and it looks cool and a bit futuristic, otherwise it just looks fucking tacky. I don't know, it's a hard thing to get right. If they get it right, it looks great. I'm trying to find a good photo to put it in chat so you know what I'm talking about without me just painting a terrible picture.
Right. I know this is gonna be horrible because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but I think there's a car that I saw on its gauge cluster was replaced with a screen, but it was like from the like 80s or something like that. So it just looked good. Like any attempt to make things look futuristic in cars from like the 80s actually looked decent.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Motherfucker. Okay, you know what? I can't find it. It just
Oh,
looks cool. I like it. Otherwise, a lot of I don't know. There's some interiors are just fucking stupid. They rely too heavily on the touchscreen, and I get it that digital is
right.
it's the modern way, but also
I
I
mean,
don't know.
as much as I hate the Tesla one, they can do that and then it's fine because of the software and that you don't have to well, and that it's like from what I've seen it's pretty quick and it's not choppy. But if you rely too much on the touchscreen and then like everything's choppy and then like everything's slow.
Oh yeah, I've seen that happen with again, I think I mentioned some models of like Mercedes vehicles not too long ago. They
Oh
had that
yeah,
issue
it's
where
fuck
they have the
that.
touchscreen, but it's just bad. It hurts to use.
Imagine spending that much on a fucking vehicle and then it's just yeah. I couldn't fucking imagine that.
Like if you're okay, I think it's fair to say that most people wouldn't be able to buy it straight off. Even if you had the credit score to pay it out monthly, why would you go with a vehicle like that of all things? With the amount of money that you're spending on a monthly payment and insurance, why half-ass it? You're either gonna fucking waste money on things that you don't need. So if you're gonna do it, go for fucking broke. At least that's my mentality on it.
Might as well just buy a Jeep.
I wouldn't ever do that. I don't.
It's the Apple of cars.
Nah, I think it's just like Apple is for okay. As much as I love to rag on you for being an Apple shill, there are levels to the Apple shill. There's the people that use it, they don't suck its dick more or less, and it does what it does good. It's not a absolutely god awful uh, software. But okay, I remember my point. Then you have the elitists, or the elitists for any community are god awful. An Apple elitist is nothing like a Jeep elitist. I don't see them correlating at all.
Really? I mean, they're.
I just don't see it.
I mean, okay. Well, you buy. First off, my first point is you buy a Jeep for the name because it's like overpriced for the type of vehicle you're buying. Um, and then they see like a hill or something, or just like any incline on the parking lot. Like, well, I have a Jeep, I'll park there.
Fuck those people. I'm sorry, Jeeps are just. I would never want to buy one if I had the money to. That's just a waste of
Wait,
money.
okay, so are you saying that Jeep elitists are worse than Apple elitists, or
Oh,
the
definitely not.
opposite? Okay,
Apple elitists are into a different category of their own for the most part. I'm
right.
just
I
saying, if
mean,
you're a Jeep elitist, that's almost an oxymoron because of how fucking. I,
I'd want like an old Jeep just for the look of it because I like the look. I would never buy a just like straight out of the box like 2035 Jeep.
straight out of the box. I know what you mean. No, yeah, I would. If I was gonna buy a newer car, it would definitely be from either a better brand or B, a sports car that I don't know is better than a fucking Jeep. Okay, there we go. I can finally save one and send it in chat so you can see what the fuck it is I'm talking about.
Day
Just
by
in terms.
day, you keep getting more technically inclined.
Oh yeah, it's a great experience. Fucking send. Wonderful.
Literally everyone. If you're in the server, you'll be able to see it. Hey,
Well,
I like that.
it's kind of nice.
Wait, what is this from?
Well, let me go to the website now. It might take me like 5 minutes to find it because there's 22
Yeah.
of these different vehicles.
Reserve it or reverse it and then make it an American-made car. Then yeah.
Nissan CUX oh, it's a concept vehicle.
Oh
So,
yeah,
I mean, I kind of like it. Okay,
I
some of
like it.
these the website I'm looking at right now, they're going a bit too far with it. Hey, interesting. Tesla wasn't the first one to try and incorporate the yoke design steering wheel.
Well, yeah.
I didn't know that.
No, they were. I think there are other companies trying with it, but it was so. That's why it was a key to it. Why it was so controversial. But yeah, I mean, I don't like how tacky, like how reliant on. Well, I guess the display is. What year is this from? Or what? When was it a concept? I guess.
32 years old.
Okay.
So I
And then
think what that'd
the
be
keyhole. Are you gonna have to like reach through just like an awkward to turn on the car, or is that?
probably.
Yeah.
I think the points with these functionality isn't there. It's its own class of pretentiousness, I guess. It's not a sports car.
Well, yeah,
It's not going to go
100%
fast.
pretentiousness if you have 3 buttons for horns.
It's a confused. I don't know. I still remember my interaction with a police officer. They were trying. It was a modern, okay, a 2017 sedan that they were looking into. They were just trying to find which button it was that opened the trunk because we had some things that were illegal in the trunk. Anyhow, it took the officer like 5 to 6 minutes to find which button it fucking was to open the trunk. Imagine them having to try and find the button on a vehicle like that. They're not gonna fucking get it unless they sit and press every fucking button.
Yeah, the one button I would have guessed, it just says information on it. The one on the right, it just
Hmm.
it's so
Ah,
poorly placed. They had to put a dash there to separate the word. But yeah, I don't know. All cars are different, I guess, and everyone has various levels of experience. But
I was gonna, or two things. I know for some, I think some of the more modern Teslas, they have it so that in order to unlock the glove compartment, you need to enter in a key code, which I think is amazing. I wish that it makes sense. That's probably such
yeah.
a basic feature, but
Well, I mean, at the same time, some also have like actual keys for them as well.
yeah.
Which one would you prefer, though?
Oh, the passcode because same thing happened again. Police officers can search your physical being and find that key.
Yeah.
That's happened at a certain point.
But like if it's a code.
Then yeah, they can't. If you memorize it, I mean, 4 digits isn't fucking hard to remember.
Right. But
You don't
like
have to give it
are
up.
okay, yeah.
I
But
mean,
that
you can just say that you're not going to give it up, and then they can take you to court, and you can fight it in court, as opposed to them being able to just physically search you in the moment
yeah.
and then unlock it.
You could just say you forgot and like act like you're trying to remember the whole time.
Yeah, yeah. That's again having the
Mhm.
option to do that, as opposed to, well, yeah, I never found the key to the glove box.
Let
It's
me
just
let me check every single one of your keys on this real quick.
um. I was going to ask, all right, Molly, what's your ideal car?
Anytime you ask me, it's an I don't know. I don't know cars, and I don't care to know cars.
All right, that's a wrong answer. So let's start you off with some right answers. What color? Ideal scenario here. What color is the important?
Any color.
All right, that's not an answer. Give me a color.
Yellow.
Why?
Wait, did you say
Uh,
You
yellow?
said to give.
Yes, you said yeah. That's a wrong answer. All right, pick a different color. Pick a different color.
The man in the yellow hat.
Uh, All right.
Hot pink.
Okay. No, that's even worse. Oh, all right.
Jaguar racing green with a champagne interior.
I don't
That's gross.
actually. If
What
it's
the
like
fuck?
if it's a darker green, then yeah, that'd be pretty nice
That's what
actually.
it is, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All
I
right.
don't like.
But you're fine with fucking yellow or hot pink. Okay.
Wait. We're getting somewhere. I mean, right?
We are. It just
She's
upsets
saying
me.
stuff she doesn't like.
It upsets me that that is what. Okay, fine. Yellow. What make? What kind of company
Oh,
manufactured the
that's
vehicle? I know this is going to be the one you only know like what 2 or 3 options, but we have yellow, and that's not a car company. I don't know. Isn't a car company
um
Why do you care so much?
I
I
think I
want to
already
know.
think I already found her dream car at one point. It was just a red convertible
It was
Honda.
a hot pink convertible.
It was a hot pink convertible Honda.
I think so.
And it was for sale. So I mean, the boat already sailed, Molly, but like, if you could, would you get a vehicle like that?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Okay. You're gonna be one of those people that like pull over to the side of the road. Don't know what the hell. It's just cosmetics.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. I can't really fault you for not knowing anything beyond just cosmetics.
Right. I'm just imagining in my head just mommy and daddy money kind of, you know,
Yeah.
generic. You know, hot pink convertible kind of person.
What
I
if we
think
gave
that
you a
can
hot pink Nissan Juke? All right, I think that
I don't know
gross.
what that looks like.
it's not great. I'd say probably top 3 worst designs for a vehicle.
Oh, then perfect.
That's not perfect.
Well, I mean, I like the uniqueness of it.
I detest the uniqueness of
Okay.
it. It's too
What about
unique.
the uniqueness of the Breaking Bad SUV? Whatever the fuck. I forgot the name of it. I hate
The
that.
Pontiac Aztek, the one that
Aztec,
Walter
yeah.
drives. It's not atrocious, but it's not great either.
I like it.
It's like it's not a Lego. What was Lego's stupid fucking cousin that was like too big? Building blocks or some shit? For the people that know, All right, that's what I think of the Pontiac Aztek.
Well, Lego pieces?
Like not Legos, the bigger ones that aren't as cool as Legos or like the
The
cheap.
Duplo?
Maybe.
That's what I...
That could possibly it, but it doesn't sound right when you say it.
Master blocks?
That sounds a bit better.
Is that... I forgot. It's like its close cousin. Is that what it's called? Master blocks. Am I wrong?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
No, I'm wrong. I don't remember what's that? Mega Blocks. That's what it is.
You know what? That
Mega
sounds Mega
Mega
Bloks, yeah.
Blocks. That's an off-brand Lego. Is that what you're trying to talk about?
Yeah, that's yeah. I don't know why I still remember those.
We used to have. I don't know if I'm right because it's hard to find if they're still in business. Oh, there we go. Did Mega Blocks go out of business? It still exists. Weird. All right, but yeah, they would get mixed in with our Lego collection. So yeah.
Okay, well, this is a start, I guess. Yellow or hot pink. It's something to keep in mind.
Well, I
Would
mean,
you be
you know she said yellow just for the gold. So I mean, you might as well just go to
I mean,
gold at that point.
I'm not sure. Yellow, honestly, probably. I've seen some cars in yellow that do look nice. It's a hard color.
Firebird.
Firebirds, a lot of what Mitsubishi Evos look nice in yellow. Certain Lamborghinis. Again, it's a color that you have to take good care of. It's not a good Minnesota vehicle because of how obvious it is when shit gets
Right.
dirty.
Well, I
I
mean,
mean, that's with a lot of colors.
the easiest way to do it at this point is just to get a wrap.
Yeah. So, yeah, you ready to spend like 18 grand on a vehicle, Molly? Why not?
I don't care enough about it.
But like, you can go 60 miles an hour. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that so fast?
What's the 0 to 60? 2?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. What's your ideal 0 to 60, Molly? I want to know.
What the fuck does that mean?
How
Quickly
many?
your vehicle can go from 0 to 60. What's your ideal?
I don't care.
Give me a number.
5.
That's really fast. That's
5
fast.
minutes.
Oh, 5
Jesus.
minutes?
5 minutes.
I'm assuming you meant seconds. That's actually pretty good. That's decent. That's pretty quick.
5 seconds, yeah. I mean, that's faster than all of our, or both of our vehicles.
Oh, easily, yeah.
Yeah. All right, you know, I'm going to give caller privileges to our caller today. And
yeah.
and then we're going to advertisements. Today, we're going by another schedule where it's going to be caller-oriented. Oh, Lonesome Lenny's back. I was wondering where you were.
Hey, nice.
Beautiful. So you actually get to see what our second schedule is like. Our next caller is coming in. Again, if you have more topics, you can throw them our way. And yeah, we'll be back after advertisements again.
You have any extra old shingles lying around after your previous roofing job that you're planning on throwing away? Did you know that 11 million tons of shingles end up in landfills per year and don't fully decompose for 3 centuries? Now there's a quick and easy way you can dispose of your shingles without having to worry about the environment. Our program is called Shingles for Shingles. We provide assistance for those with the shingles disease with our latest technology. To ship your used or extra shingles is easy. Just go to shinglesforshingles.biz and click the link to ship your shingles. Once you've downloaded our entrusted donation service and activated the executable file, one of our 10,000 certified team members from across the United States will gain access to your IP address and arrive to your home in minutes to pick up your shingles for you. We do not take responsibility for our certified team members. By accessing our website, you consent to the knowledge of your precise location. Downloading the donation package and proceeding to activate it is direct consent of viewing, selling, and seizure of personal data to ensure safety among our users.
In need of some fun in the sun, but your schedule doesn't allow you to have a break from your mundane work life? Well, take sunshine everywhere you go with the Sun Lantern. This easy-to-use device is well known among the top of the corporate chain, such as Josh Bezos, Ebony Mollusk, and even Stav Jeebs, the CEO of Banana Incorporated. They get as little rest as their underdogs, lifting their companies to the rooftops. So to combat this, they've had the Sun Lantern for their days of bleak office atmosphere. Some workers that use this lamp have gone as far as saying they don't want to use the real sun ever again, making the construction of office space easier in the perfect future of windowless offices. Would you like to participate in a technically advanced future? All you need is an outlet and our special kerosene-based sunlight juice. Could this pending FDA-approved device be the catalyst for your next stay vacay?
Warning, this lamp will provide an insufficient amount of vitamin D and isn't recommended for the replacement of real sunlight in any way, shape, or form. Keep a 10-foot distance from the device to reduce the number of burns from the light source and the boiling kerosene tank. This is not an FDA-approved product and is currently under its fit request, awaiting response from the FDA. And we're back with the caller here, Flaming Fossil.
He left to go do something real
Wonderful. All right, so our advertisement just ended. All right. That one, I realize that the audio is a bit wonky on that one. I should have fixed it, but I just didn't. So, I mean, something to keep in mind for the next one.
Fair. Yes.
Do you know of any topics that he has yet, or he has yet to introduce them?
I think he told me what he was gonna talk about, I believe. Yeah, I'll let him be the one to talk about it, but he had something.
Perfect. All right.
Is that, do I hear that you've returned back to your room? Nope, he's still a fucking ghost. Wonderful.
Actually, no, I'm not. I've been here for a while. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, okay. Welcome.
I just wanted to mess with you.
Welcome and or welcome to the podcast, and welcome back to the podcast if you've been a veteran viewer.
Is
What
this
do you mean,
his,
welcome back to me? I've been here before.
Yeah, that's exactly.
is this the first time he's been on here this season, I guess?
I think so.
Okay. Nice. Probably our longest reoccurring guest to some extent.
I don't know who our... Okay, well, I wouldn't say... Probably not very first. Maybe for the live segments, though.
We can get Luis back.
Yeah. You and Luis. Well, I guess Blonzak as well. He was one of the other earlier people as well.
Why do you still talk to him? I still have him on Snapchat. I don't know why.
I have a snap streak with him. That's all.
I do too. I guess that's what I'll keep it for.
Anytime I see him on Instagram, it's just disc golf. I love disc golf. It's pretty fun to play. But it just surprises me that that's what he fucking does with his life. So anytime he's on Instagram talking to disc golf people, I always just say some dumb shit to try and make them unfollow him. Why the fuck is
had disc golf?
No, yeah, he posts a lot of it on Instagram. It makes me want to do the sport again. Just to
What? Do I
It's fun.
sound okay? Should I get my headset?
To me you sound fine.
To me, you sound all right. But I mean, yeah. I mean, if it's convenient for you, then by all means. But otherwise, it's fine.
Not really, but 1 second.
One.
Alright, you stupid bitch. Shut up.
I can't.
We're wonderful hosts. We're good people.
Hey, I'm not a host. All right, I'm immune
Hey,
from.
you were the host this episode. How does it feel, by the way?
I'm a co-host. I introduced myself as a co-host.
Okay, well, still, like, you kind of got, like, the introduction down.
If that's all it takes to be a host, then this shit's easy.
Okay, well, no. You don't even know how to open OBS, all right?
Aww.
That's more of an awe for you.
I cannot get my headset, and I am too lazy to take off my phone case to do it.
Okay.
ASMR.
Yeah, speaking of ASMR, I was gonna ask you again. I'm jealous of the fact that you're capable of doing these things, and I'm not. How's your weekend been so far, Isaac?
Depressing, except for about 12 hours of yesterday.
What happened in those 12 hours of yesterday?
I took acid.
How'd that go?
It went quite well. I was expecting it to be a much weaker and shorter time than it was, which sometimes can sound like and could be a bad thing, but I genuinely had one of the best acid trips of my life yesterday. It was fun. I didn't do a whole lot, but that's okay because I was exhausted from work and didn't want to do a whole lot. I just watched really funny things on YouTube and Hulu and Netflix and had a great old time.
Nice.
For about an hour, I just kind of sat in the living room and stared outside, just looking at nature and watching random people. People watching where I live is really fun because you get some of the ones that are coming from the bar and you can tell they are visibly drunk, and it's fun to imagine their story. Or you see a cops go by, or people paranoid because they're walking by the police station. It's just an interesting experience.
Yeah.
You ever interact with these people?
Yes, actually fairly often, and I did it a little bit yesterday. I open my window and scream at them to scare the absolute shit out of them for fun.
Nice. Especially, I bet it's a especially interesting experience if you're under some sort of substance, yeah.
Absolutely. I did it yesterday, and I did it at a group of like 3 probably middle school age children. 3 boys.
Jesus.
And I just screeched like an animal. And they looked in my window, and they called me, I think, an SCP. I don't know what one, but they called me. And it was really funny.
Yeah. The only time I've ever just like screamed at someone was it was like years ago, and someone was riding their bike and texting on their phone, so I just screamed at him. They looked distraught. Not my brightest hours, but I mean to me it was comedic. And it
Oh,
still
it's
is.
fun.
I almost caused a kid to crash his bike one time when I was screaming at them. I was driving past them on the highway where we live, and they were biking. They're on the sidewalks, they're safe. But I just screamed at them like, ah, super loud and super long as I drove past them. And I must have startled them so bad because I saw them in my mirror like swerve and swivel, and they almost fell over, and they had to catch themselves with their foot and arm.
Jeez. Well, at least I had good intentions, all right? You know, I
I did
just
not-
wanted him to pay attention.
I didn't want him to pay attention. I just wanted to be a nuisance.
Vibe check.
Yeah. Just checking in on him.
It's the random people of this fucking town. All right, it's majority of people I'd say here are supposedly elderly. It's fun to scream at elderly people if they
What the
hear you.
fuck?
Otherwise, they just don't hear you.
Well, I
I feel
mean,
sympathy for the NPCs in this town.
yeah, I was gonna say 90% of them just seem like NPCs anyway, so
Because they're NPCs. It's fun to fucking scream at them. It's
They're all
just
white, old Christian Midwest people.
uh, I've seen it a lot more often. People have just gotten too comfortable with just like being, you know, in the background as an NPC.
you have to bring city
Comfortable
energy
being in
to
the
them.
Yeah.
background, But I enjoy having the ability and expressing the ability to not be in the background.
Well, I mean,
People in this town don't.
city energy is worse though, because at least in the city you feel like you blend in more. In the town, you feel like more of a main character because, you know, it's a smaller environment, so you feel like your voice actually matters.
It's better that way.
Yeah, but like, okay, actually here, just earlier today, it was an interesting NPC interaction I saw. Audio could be a bit louder. Interesting. All right, that's great. I actually got feedback from that. Wonder how far gone that message was, but hopefully this fixes some things here. But yeah, just earlier today I was second floor. I already said was garbage tier. I really don't. I'm happy that I got the third floor. I feel like a king here. Yeah, the place it looks like trash. Constant pot smoke down there, and
Nice.
you know what? As someone who doesn't natively do that, I think it's gross. All right, I just
It's
Natively do that. Have you spoken about your experiences with that yet, Jason? Because I was
I don't know what
there.
you're talking about, but that one they came out of someone came or was walking into their room, and then like a Kramer moment, somebody walked out, like, oh, this person must be home, and like started knocking on the door, asking for them, ask them a question, and then the guy just kind of like shoot him away by saying, "Get the fuck away from my door."
Jesus.
And then he kind of backed up. I mean, this is like a beta energy. All right, I don't want to be one of those people, but like, it just kind of it's the best way to describe it.
Okay. I will return shortly.
Okay. Yeah. So like, he was still shouting and then asked the same question again.
Mm.
And then like Trevor Phillips from GTA, the guy from in the room, is just shouting ba 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 or some shit, trying to get him to shut up. And so I'm not touching your door.
what the actual all right, college is
It's
more.
like-
Do those occurrences happen often, or is that
no,
just
that's what was so weird about it, because it just I don't know. It just like the guy who's in the room is an obvious cunt. So I
Yeah.
didn't.
Do I sound any different?
Yeah, you sound good.
Okay, sweet. I plugged in my wireless earbuds.
Awesome. I can turn up your volume again. It doesn't sound so scratchy. All right.
Swag.
no? That sounds like
Audio is better. Awesome.
that sounds like a interesting experience, like something that's actually memorable.
Yeah, it does. I heard all of that. That sounds really fun. I feel like that's shit that I would do if I went to college, and everyone else would just question.
Do you think you'd thrive in a college-like environment? Do you think anything about you would? Do you think anything about you would change? I think would be a better
I would
question.
become an alcoholic instead of being a pothead.
Do you think that'd make you a better student?
Not at all.
No. I feel like, yeah. I mean, it would have to be
I can function while high. I can't function when I get drunk.
At least for me imagining you two, it would have to be quite a culture shock.
Oh, it would be. I would hate it. I hated school. A college setting is the worst type of setting and probably my nightmare.
Yeah, it's school, but you're paying for it, and like everything you do is like on you.
Important. Yeah, no, I think the stress would literally kill me. At this point in my life, I could not do it. Maybe in 5 years from now, maybe. Right now, no.
You just gotta embrace the controlled chaos. And yeah, if you're referring to way back to my story there, yeah, that's a pretty direct, just a little bit of a direct response.
Yeah, college would be interesting. A bit of culture shock, yeah. The most structure I have in my life is just current job, which is, I mean, school's similar but different. It engages different parts of you.
More
Are you
mental.
done with school?
Technically, yeah. Well, I presented my senior
Good job.
project. I'm just waiting for teachers to communicate and tell each other that I did my shit. So I think I just have to go back there one last time after they fucking talk to each other and get my diploma, more or less.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, really? That's interesting. I think I think that means my microphone is in my earbuds instead of, I don't know where I thought they were, but I am not near my phone anymore. I'm in my living room.
Interesting. All right. But yeah, I'm excited to throw some, like, pile you with projects as soon as this is over.
I'm sure. Speaking of projects, I got my taxes done in a single day. I had 4 W-2s to work through.
I saw that. Lucky
It was
bastard.
great. You know how much money I got last year? I got almost around Okay, technically $2,000, although apparently, according to the IRS, I did my taxes wrong. So they gave me $400 more than what I was actually supposed to get. Whatever, that's not the point. I got like $665 this year compared to 2,000.
Yeah, it's still money that's coming in.
I mean, I
guess.
won't complain about free money. It's just the thought of it.
It's not really free
stupid.
money. It technically was.
It's my money.
They're giving money back to you.
That, I worked for and they didn't. Taxation is theft. You could go on about that for hours.
Taxation without representation is theft. Otherwise, it works.
Yeah, who's my representative?
I don't. That's kind of up to you to know.
The state senator? They're doing a shit job. That.
Well, then vote. That's the only thing you can do.
Vote for some other old.
You either got to play
That's
into
the only thing you can do.
You either have to play into the system that doesn't work, or
you can destroy the system.
I'd rather do that.
And they get charged with treason. Yeah, one of the two.
Just don't get caught.
That seems like a pretty national thing to do. I think it would be pretty hard to avoid.
Depends what avenue in college you explore. Don't get sucked into the college loan debacle. Exactly. That's the primary thing that would ever stop me from ever going is financials. The financial logistics of it all is...
It's A, the college you're going to, and B, the type of degree you're getting. You have to be like
Carter.
very... And then the shit you're doing as well.
Yeah.
You have to be very sound in the type of shit that you want to do. If you want to get yourself into debt like that, the only thing I would advise against is, if it is something you really want to do a public college rather than, private. Because one private school I was looking into was like, what, $500,000 in student loan debt I would have had.
It's not that much.
Jesus.
Yeah. just a little bit.
Just pay it off over 30 years. You're good.
Being called for dinner. Interesting. All right.
Have fun with the food. Yes, Isaac?
Yeah.
Did I tell you I was coughing up blood yesterday?
Fuck. No, you didn't.
I thought I sent you a picture. Yeah, that was me. That was a little bit of blood that I'm fairly certain I coughed up.
Nice. Do you think you have COVID?
Yeah. No, I think I'm dying.
It could be from the nicotine, but yeah.
It's not nicotine.
Or not the nicotine, like shit in your lungs.
Yeah, the Mary Jane.
Yeah.
maybe a little bit of chemicals from work.
Or who knows? This is your Walter White, upbringing.
Isaac, how much money would it take for you to shave off all your hair?
Is this a serious question?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have the money to do it, but I would be curious. What's your price?
How much did Liam do it for? 250, right?
I thought it was 300, but 250, 300.
Just head or eyebrows too?
Well, just a head.
Because Liam did eyebrows too.
True.
Just my head, 300. Because then it's even with Liam.
Yeah.
Head and eyebrows, 400.
No, just head, because, you want it to look like Walter White. That being said, I don't think you would look good without hair.
Yeah,
no, I would not. I've done it with filters. I look like a thumb.
Liam pulled it off. He has a good face structure for it. I'm trying to think of myself as bald. It's not.
Oh,
I don't like it.
I have a story about my acid trip that I just remembered. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
So I decided to hang out with Liam, our friend we're talking about, and his girlfriend at the time, or currently Lydia. I hung out with them on my previous acid trip, and we went outside. We went to the smoke shop to go get some things.
Yeah.
And my aunt and uncle walked out of the smoke shop. I am currently on some strong psychedelics going to buy drugs that I should not even legally be buying. And my family is in front of me trying to have a conversation. That was awkward as fuck, but I got out of it because they just didn't want to talk either. Well, yesterday we went to Marshall's. Guess who was at Marshall's again?
Nice.
Yeah. So my aunt and uncle walk up, and they walk up behind me, so they already scared the shit out of me this time. And then they're trying to have a conversation, and luckily Liam and Lydia notice what's going on, and they start walking, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go with these guys. Sorry, I don't have time to talk. That was the best excuse I could come up with.
That's pretty good.
My aunt asked, "How are you?" And that's all I said, and I didn't respond like I'm good. I just left.
I gotta go.
Yeah, I'm literally just like, my friends are leaving. I am leaving. Goodbye.
There should just be a response to everything from now on with your family. Just
I
adios.
think it might be. I think it might have to become that.
Jesus. Are they like very non-accepting of that?
No, it's just they know my dad would be, and they don't want to have to tell my dad or anything, but it's getting awkward seeing me in public doing all this.
Why would they have to tell?
They wouldn't have to. It's just, they're just like, I don't know. They want to make fun of me for it, but they know they can't.
So it's just like
My aunt-
they just can't keep their mouth shut then.
My aunt doesn't care. She used to smoke weed all the time, and I think still does. But, and I know she has said she did a bunch of different drugs when she was in high school because she had like bad friends. I bet she did psychedelics. It wouldn't have surprised me. And I think she knows that's what I've been doing because she's kind of hinted at it before when I like went over to her place for dinner and stuff.
Mhm.
So it's just awkward.
You say I don't know what you're talking about.
Works every
I
time.
might.
To everything she says.
And it's funny because I know my grandpa, her dad, he has actively said and told most of he's told me, my dad, my aunt, and like my grandma, his wife, like he's told them that he did psychedelics back in the day. Him and his ex-wife were hippies. They did psychedelics all the time. They did mushrooms. They did acid back in the 60s and 70s. They did all that shit. And he didn't ever like downplay or say it was bad. So I don't think he would have been upset if my sister, or not my sister, my aunt had tried it. I don't think
Yeah.
he would have cared.
It would have been a bit hypocritical if he had, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
It's kind of nice being in a situation where I really don't have any family to worry about.
Yeah, you don't have to
Or I
worry.
guess their opinions about how I conduct myself. The only person that I truly report to or think about, I guess in the long run, is myself. It's nice. I don't know. Having no family.
I mean, yeah. I
You're
mean,
reporting Molly now.
it has its perks.
Oh,
Just
shut up,
sorta.
you fucking simp.
I'm not a simp, alright? I'm not a simp.
Yeah, you are. You don't hate women, you're a simp. That's how it works. Oh,
Okay.
by the way, to returning viewers of this podcast, I've become a misogynist, and I'm not sorry.
He's an incel.
I am
You're-
an incel, but I was an incel before.
Feels-
Do you pride yourself on being an incel?
Not really. I just
Sure.
make the best of the situation I have.
All
That's
right.
fair. Do you want to know
Makes
what
sense.
cures incel? Do you want to know what cures incels? Have you ever heard of this app called Reddit? I can give you a couple of good subreddits. Let me type in Rick and Morty real quick.
You have a Reddit, Carter?
I have a Reddit. I used it to find
Okay,
information.
well, I mean,
out
that
about-
makes sense. That just makes sense for you.
I used it to find out about information about drugs that I bought. It was pretty helpful, actually.
Well, I mean, being an incel and a druggie, yeah. I mean, like I said.
I also enjoy lurking on 4chan.
4chan's fucking amazing.
It kind of is.
You have to use iFunny.
No. Alright.
9gag.
Alright, I've stopped using it. I just, as soon as I downloaded TikTok on my phone, I just...
Oh no, like I've used iFunny like in middle school, and I'd still get entrapped in it. But like you've used,
Carter, your TikToks enrage me sometimes.
Why do they enrage you, Isaac? Do you like the recent one I posted? I think that's probably one of my top 3. I'm very proud of that one.
Which one was it?
The Miki from Devilman Crybaby.
I don't think
I
anything.
hate it. It's
I don't-
so uncomfortable.
I don't
It's
think
so good.
anything can top the one that I orchestrated. All right.
The self-defense videos.
Well,
Carter,
and those
the
are
story-
decent too.
The
but
post on your story on Snapchat yesterday, the fucking chip one. I don't know what it was about it. Maybe it's just because Molly's a woman, but I saw it yesterday while like peeking, and it just sent me into a rage. I got like visibly and verbally angry.
Why does it make you upset?
I don't know. It doesn't now. It's just seeing it yesterday. It sent me into like monkey brain anger mode.
I think it's just jealousy.
I think you calling it like chop with that shitty font and not just being able to say chip. I think it just pissed me off.
That's fair.
It's just jealousy.
Luis
It's
mentioned
not
it.
jealousy.
He thought of the Death
premise
Note
of
scene.
incel is jealousy.
I think the premise of incel is that they just hate women.
Jealousy.
I don't think it stems just from jealousy.
They're obsessed with like having a relationship to the point that nobody else wants to be with them, and then they realize
I disagree.
that, and
I don't
then
think you
it
understand
turns into
incels.
hate.
I don't think you understand incels.
Okay,
I think
well then, have a counter argument.
All right, the counter
I
argument.
understand myself, so I'm not gonna argue him because he could be right.
I don't think incels are just solely predicated off of
The
jealousy
incel agreed
alone.
with me. All right, how are you going to refute
That
that?
doesn't. Okay. So what?
Somebody who is in a
Someone-
demographic agrees with my statement.
That's so fucking stupid, and you know it. That's such a stupid way of argumentation.
I didn't
No, I'm
say I
sorry.
agreed with you. I just say I didn't. I just said I didn't disagree with you.
Well, I mean, close enough. So
No.
yeah.
Whatever. Can you hear that?
I can.
Yeah, we can
Awesome.
all hear it. All right. Do you have a topic to bring up?
I think I did have one, but I have forgotten it at the moment. Actually,
That's great.
if
So
you
I
have
want you.
one, go with it, and I will try to think on it.
I have one for you. So if you take a look to literally everyone, you'll see the link that I just posted. I want you to take a gander and just find something interesting.
I'm not touching that link.
Why not?
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it.
For those that probably can't see it, it's a link to the Rick and Morty subreddit.
The incel can do it. I got this. Don't worry.
I can't. Yeah.
I'm intoxicated enough to handle the toxicity of Twitter.
Two things that are
Reddit,
negatives.
but okay.
It doesn't cancel out.
Oh my god, Lego Pickle Rick. I love it.
All right,
Okay.
this is just hearing it. All right, my ears are piercing.
When someone doesn't watch Rick and Morty because cartoons are immature, and it's Mr. Poopy Butthole strangling someone, I'll give that an upvote.
Why?
Jesus Christ.
What kind of fish is that? A blobfish eating a can. Captioned, "Yum yum trash. I wanna eat trash." Incredible.
The inner workings of an incel's mind. Is this a thought process?
Oh, this one's good. This one's good. It's a portal like for Rick and Morty that says sex. Rick has me over him. Morty has my girlfriend over him. And then it says, "Let's go in and out, 20-minute adventure." And then it says 20 seconds later with Rick crying and Morty angry, implying that he prematurely came. Isn't that funny? That's so hilarious.
That's
I love Reddit.
intellectual.
I think I'm done.
All
Here.
right.
I think I'm done with Reddit. Is that okay?
That's
good.
intellectual.
Yeah,
That's
I was just gonna say I think this segment kind of ran its course already. So.
Yeah, I agree. I got sick of it. I think that was enough.
Yeah, and you actually had visual aids and you got sick of it. Yeah.
You're not a fan
Yeah.
of the Rick and Morty segment? Come on.
No, not really.
This is the best contribution of 2022 here so far.
I will watch and like engage in like the media platforms or the media thing, shows and games that you'll tell me to play and watch. I'll stay away from Rick and Morty.
What if there was a Rick and Morty visual novel?
All right. All right. We're 15 minutes ahead of schedule. Should we just do the host topic?
Before that, I realized that I never fully answered the trivia question that I had mentioned at the beginning of the podcast. So I might as well take the time to do that now. So, for those that forgot, the question was, where would you guess that the U.S. ranks in terms of 25 through 34-year-olds having a higher education? The answer is 14th in the world, with 42% of the population having a degree from higher education. That was reported by sidmartinbio.org. The most common denominator, or the most common way that a lot of these websites or institutions check education literacy beyond high school, beyond the standard high school diploma, is if you have a degree or not, and I think that's it. Which is a fair, but also incomplete way, I'd say, to judge intelligence.
I like the other one better that you gave me right away. It was how does the United States rank out of 27 countries? 22.
Yeah. It was 23.
I
couldn't find that one again.
What?
So,
20 out of what though?
it was something education related, Again, I tried to find the same website so that I could actually elaborate and extrapolate upon that point, but I couldn't fucking find it again.
That's why
I
I
saw
found
it
it.
once.
That's why I
Jason.
found it funny, because it was like, it didn't tell you what it, or at least you didn't tell me what it was or what countries were even involved.
I knew it was in terms of education. That's all I knew the ranking was for. Otherwise, yeah. Now that trivia is done, we can talk about your
I
shit.
paused so Isaac could talk, but then it turned into dead air.
Sorry, I was typing on something and my microphone's being weird.
Fair enough.
You said you would like listen to show recommendations. Carter seems to not whenever I recommend them. Can
I
I
said
give
I
you a show
fucking
to
would.
watch?
I said I
Hey, shut
would.
up! Shut up! Shut up! Don't interrupt me. Bad host, bad co-host. Can I recommend a show to you, Jason?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, do you have HBO Max?
Yes.
All right. It's a show called Primal. It's made by Gendy Tartakovsky, the guy who made Samurai Jack and Dexter's Lab. It is
Primal?
it's a dinosaur show with a caveman. There is no like words. It's just like primordial grunting and dinosaur fighting, and it's incredible.
Okay, I'm going on HBO Max right now. I'm gonna look at it, and if I
All
like
right,
it,
thank
I'm
you.
gonna add it to my list.
Absolutely. Now, Carter, you have no excuse. You have no excuse to not watch it now.
I don't know if I will.
Shut up.
What is this Ooga Bunga shit?
Yeah, it is. It's amazing.
All right, it's by Adult Swim. You know what? I'll watch episode 1.
Have you seen speaking of Adult Swim, sorry, I just have to the Mike Tyson detective cartoon?
Like Tyson I've heard about that one.
It's pretty fucking good. I like it.
It wasn't oh, the fuck his name? He really good comedian. He passed away just recently. Norm, I believe his
Not good enough for me to know of him, I guess.
Jesus Christ. No, he was a good one. I forgot. I think his last name was Norm. Yeah, he was a bird on that show, I believe.
Well, his last name isn't Rogan, so he's not really a good comedian.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, you know what it ties in, all right?
Rogan is all right. I can watch his specials. I won't cringe like I do with like Seinfeld specials.
Fair. I've wanted to watch the Dave Chappelle special. I've heard great things about it. I've just never made time
I
to.
watched it. It's okay. I don't know. He says some controversial stuff. He's a
Ooh.
good comedian. I don't know. Not my cup of tea.
I love Joe Rogan.
Speaking of Joe Rogan,
Yeah, there we go.
Hilarious.
haha, Jason. Haha.
You want me to say it? All right.
Yeah, say it.
270 medical professionals sent an open letter to Spotify about taking down a Joe Rogan podcast episode for COVID-19 misinformation.
That's retarded. Wait, can I not say that word?
You can, I guess, because you're not
Alright.
representing us, but I can't.
Awesome.
I don't disagree with that premise. So interestingly enough, so here's some more news developments in that story. Have you guys heard of Neil Young? That's great. I'm guessing
I've heard that name. Why have I heard that name?
because he threatened to take down all of his music unless Spotify removed the episode in question. He took down all of his music. There's another irrelevant artist that threatened to do the same thing, and again, they took down all their music.
Well, what's the other artist?
They're fucking irrelevant. They're a fucking nobody. I don't even remember who they are. Neil Young is fucking irrelevant in the year 2022. All right, they kept Joe Rogan because he's actually fucking relevant.
He made a song called "Welcome Back."
That's fucking stupid. Whatever.
Why did
I don't know who this guy is, but
The two interesting points. I agree with your short and to the point statement, Isaac, that it's fucking stupid. A better way.
Molly, how?
What?
Molly
All
sent me something. I need her to come and voice and explain.
all right. Well, explain exactly what she sent then.
Okay, you know that Rick and Morty meme I read? She somehow found it. It's in her. She sent me a screenshot of her gallery, and it's
That
there.
is horrible.
Or no, it's on her Instagram. It's on her Instagram.
That is even worse.
That is terrifying. What the
Facebook's
fuck?
listening. Facebook's listening.
Yeah.
Dude, that's scary. I don't like that.
Metaverse is always there.
Oh.
No matter what, you are being listened to.
Yeah.
Speaking of listening, Liam sent me a voice message. I'm gonna tell him I can't listen to it right now.
Wonderful. All right, so let's go back to topic here.
No, I was gonna say, I agree with your statement, Isaac. A better way for these people that want the episode gone to go about it, instead of demanding that they deplatform it due to misinformation. I understand the argument there, but an absolute better way and a way to not martyrize these individuals would just be to talk about the claims that they make and then prove why they're false or irrelevant or completely inaccurate, as opposed to just taking the episode off the air. It sends the message that, well, what they're saying is right. They're only being taken off the air because they're speaking out. They're going against the narrative. It
Well, I
feeds
mean,
into
the conservatives will think that, or like the very, very far right, I guess. But I mean, I think it's stupid to take it off because, Joe Rogan has a range of type of people he has on there, and what they say and their beliefs don't necessarily represent what he believes in.
So I've listened to the episode 3 times now at this point. He agrees with what Dr. Robert Malone is proposing for the most part. Listening back to the episode, the biggest claims that I can recall off the top of my head that might be bad for public health overall. Dr. Robert Malone claims that the COVID-19 vaccine is dangerous for your children to get. At least this is what he said on the podcast. Anything after, I haven't really paid attention to the man himself. But on the podcast, he was of the opinion and expressed that the vaccine is bad for your children to take. He himself has taken the vaccine. I think he's taken 2 doses of it.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say right off the bat that it would be, bad, because nobody knows that yet, especially when that episode was made.
He cited a couple of things as to why he believed it was bad. He wasn't just saying it just to say it. He had something to be a point as to why he was believing it. It wasn't
Right.
just out of nowhere pulling it out of his ass. You should discuss the reasoning, whatever statistic or site or study that he has done or that he's heard about that causes him to believe this. That would be something worth discussing, talking about,
Right.
proving or disproving. I think, though, the fact that questioning the again, I guess it ties into some extent of how far do you think freedom of speech should go? Do you think people of public prominence should be allowed to question a vaccine's efficiency in times of a public health crisis, even
I
under
don't-
the guise of
Yes.
free speech?
Just too much
Yes.
fucking dumb fucks that don't think for themselves. And then apparently a way we gotta counter this is by, silencing retards who are saying stupid shit.
You said you can't say that word. Uh-oh.
Well, it's allowed for this episode since we're saying the C word. But yeah, it's
Interesting.
it's still in
that's
my
not-
it's still in my vocabulary. But yeah, I don't think it should necessarily be something we just no, you can't say that. But at the same time, I'm also thinking about people who actually can think for themselves and don't relate to, the herd mentality.
I'm doing something awful.
You jerking off?
No. Not that bad.
All right.
Actually, arguably worse.
I don't want to know then. All right.
No, I think it's an interesting topic, but so far the episode is still up. I might listen to it again one more time just in case Spotify folds on it. But
Oh wait.
Well, I mean, at that point, might as well just record the whole episode and just have an archive of it.
yeah, but I don't personally care about the situation enough to warrant downloading a 2.5-hour podcast. It's an interesting
Fair.
episode. The way that he talks about every situation. He's not at least the way that he presents himself. Whenever he's talking about something, he doesn't immediately give off conspiracy theorist vibes due to his credentials as well, and just the way he explains things. He sounds like a reasonably articulate person.
Right.
One piece of evidence that I know he talks about within the podcast is this article that was done about him that you and I saw ourselves. It was done by The Atlantic. You can call it a hit piece article. It's completely fucking stupid. It again is the worst way, I'd say, for people to go about trying to disprove someone that's spreading COVID-19 misinformation is by doing these hit pieces, because to a lot of people it martyrizes these people. It doesn't prove anything. It just says, I'm right because I'm right and you should listen to me, and that's that. It's when your parents say, well, because I'm your parent, I'm fucking right. it's not a good explanation. It doesn't actually warrant you wanting to believe it.
Yeah. I mean, at the same time, or on the same coin, it also, yeah, it does kind of entice those people that, like, believe in that shit, like, it's ingrained in them. And then, while they're taking it off air, that means, well, I mean,
That means they're right.
trying
That means
to, they're trying to hide it, you know? But, I don't, there's ways to do it.
Yeah.
Whether he believes it or not, he has a range of people on his podcast that believe different shit. And I don't know. I mean, to me, it's like interesting archives, you know, particular people that you have on there.
Mm.
You know, you can. It's like an archive of humanity, you know. I suppose that's more of a formal way than it actually is, but.
Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of one of the other points that a lot of people take contention with Rogan on himself is his views on the pandemic as well. He agrees with Robert Malone. He doesn't like actively. Any question that he asks isn't meant to be like a combative, hey, I'm challenging your idea. It's a, okay, please elaborate more. I know people have also gone after Joe Rogan for ways that he's talked about the pandemic. He said that he will never get vaccinated. The way that he believes to fight it is to be, you know, if you're healthy, if you're in shape, you're getting vitamins, you're going outside, you're fine. He's talked about treating himself with medicine that's primarily used for livestock, like horses and cows, ivermectin. He said that he treated himself with that and that it seemed to work fine for him. FDA detractors or people that counter that statement as in it's not an FDA approved drug. Interestingly enough, neither is the vaccine. It's just due to emergency.
Yeah, it is. It took a while, but it was. Well, yeah, it was. It was just. I think it was just last summer, and then I was joking about it, like, "Hey, I took something that wasn't FDA approved yet."
August 23rd, 2021. Pfizer.
But yeah, I mean, I listening to Bill Burr's podcast. You know, he talks about some stuff. He has COVID now. He got it around the same time you did, which is interesting.
Oh yeah, the new variant, Omicron. That was interesting. I want to, after you say your thing, I want to talk about that one.
He was talking about ivermectin. He doesn't, you know, inherently believe in it. I don't either, as like just like a miracle drug that you could take instead of the vaccine. But you know, when you look it up, immediately you see like a horse or something, like a lady on a horse or something.
Yeah.
And but it's also something you can go to the pharmacy and get.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know, it's everywhere, no matter what side you're on, you know, what you're looking at, what you believe in, you're going to find misinformation on shit. So there is no correct answer. The best way you can really back it up, though, is, science.
Yeah. I know another drug that people often talked about in terms of treatment was hydroxychloroquine. It was mentioned early on in the pandemic. It was one of the ones that, okay, this is all information I'm repeating from this point, was stuff I heard on the Joe Rogan podcast. So take that as you will. But if I recall correctly, hydroxychloroquine was mentioned by Donald Trump himself as a possible treatment. And afterward, there was a sudden demonization of the drug hydroxychloroquine. No longer were doctors prescribing it. It kind of became a stockpile drug, as in no one's really allowed to use it. We're just going to hoard it.
Right. So that could be like two things that could be, you know, that it's like legitimately bad.
Or I mean, from the opposite end.
Can I say my others? Yeah. Okay, so like, or it could be the thing we were just talking about with those people who actually believe in that shit are going to think, oh shit, you know, Trump was right, you know, they're trying to take it away from us because they want us to take the poison vaccine.
Yeah. So again, it's a fine line of, if you take it away, it incentivizes people to believe that, okay, well, you must be working against me somehow, therefore this is as good as it is. Otherwise, I think, again, there's far better ways to go about disproving things, as in actually giving definitive proof as to whether or not it actually works. If it doesn't work and you're able to prove that, then you've eliminated this idea from any rational person's mind about a possible false form of treatment. And if it does work, then fucking great. You have a different avenue of treatment. That would be the primary beneficial goal.
Right.
As much treatment as possible.
I tend to not like believe in so-called alternative medicine in general. I think it does more harm than good.
I mean, it is still a prescription drug. Ivermectin and chloroquine as well. They've all been used as
right, but for other things in the past.
I'm pretty sure they're an antibiotic. Multiple antibiotics can be used for different things. It's not just like one antibiotic for one type of disease or infection.
Well, yeah, but it's also not like one size fits all. So,
to some extent,
it is. It can help with some, like probably lower grade. You know what? This isn't a medical grade podcast. Neither of us know what the fuck we're talking about. So,
well, yeah, that's the point. Is that
yeah,
we have the internet and the tools available on there, and that's the only way that we really educate ourselves for 95% of the shit we talk about on here.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, aside from whatever the fuck you're going for a degree on, how many things can any of us here say that we're truly qualified on, aside from just our own anecdotal experiences to draw upon?
Well, I mean, also a freshman doesn't know shit about the degree that they want to pursue. So, I mean, you know, none of us know shit.
I agree.
Except for a basic high school education. But even
I graduated.
I mean, a lot of
that statement.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, a lot of that kind of just goes down the drain if you're not actively flexing that part of your brain.
Yeah. Definitely that. I won't.
Your balls.
My mom.
Do I sound any different at the moment?
Yeah, you sound muffled.
Like, huh?
You sound muffled.
Ah, okay, hold on. What about now?
Better, I think.
Yeah, sounds decent.
All right. I had headphones over my earbuds because I was playing Ark.
Interesting. It's like the eye doctor 1 or 2.
Shut the fuck up. That was awful.
I could have played it off so much better too, but I just didn't. All right.
What an incredible podcast.
Again, we're ahead of schedule. I mean, we're 2 minutes past when we're supposed to be talking about the host topic. So, yeah. Any of our listeners out there, if you want to shout out some topics, we'll be more than willing to talk about them. Isaac, did you remember your topic at all?
I did not actually.
Interesting. All right.
Great. I can talk about the thing that I was going to quickly mention.
All right.
Omicron.
Jesus Christ.
All right. This one's interesting. I promise not to go on an entire tangent about it. But from everything that I've heard about it, again, this is all primarily coming from the Joe Rogan experience, so take that as you will. But from what I've personally experienced and from what it seems to be the case, doesn't sound wrong, that is to say, it's a far more transmissible variant of the virus. There's this term thrown around in the medical community called the R0. What that translates to is the rate of infection per person, meaning if for every one individual that gets the virus, they're more than likely to spread it to 3 people, 5 people, 10 people. You get the idea. With the previous strain of COVID that went through America, the Delta variant, I think the R0 number was supposedly at 5, somewhere 4 to 5, I believe. With the Omicron variant, the number is somewhere around 8 or 9. That is insanely high. That's, I think, the same number that measles had, one of the most highly transmissible diseases in mankind's history. What that overall point is making is that if the R0 number is that high, then everyone is going to get infected, or those that wouldn't be vaccinated would be infected.
Well, I mean, even those who are vaccinated, yeah, you're still you're not.
There's still It's not 100%. Again, you always hear about those, or okay. In the things that I listen to, I'm hearing a lot and a lot and a lot about those anecdotal stories about people that have had vaccine booster, whatever, and they still get it, whatever. Not here to talk about that at the moment. The overall point of Omicron is that it's far more transmissible, the most transmissible variant yet. However, the symptoms for I think your healthy individual are far less intense. If I want to use just myself as an example, I had very mild symptoms. I talked about a feeling like dehydrated in the back of my throat and a bit of a stuffy nose. Honestly, not that different from a common cold. It was actually easier than a common cold. I didn't have
Right.
a really bad stuffy nose.
That's why people are like using that as their main argument, that it's not that bad. But I mean, again, yeah, you're young and healthy.
So yeah, for young, healthy individuals, Omicron variant, it being that transmissible might potentially be a good thing in the long run for certain age demographics. It gives the body a bit of
Well, I mean, it's also completely unpredictable. But in, very broadly speaking, it won't do a lot to you if you're young and healthy.
Well, yeah, for this specific age group, it wouldn't be the end of the world, so to say, as of course you go down age groups, body's immune system weaker, not as effective at fighting this. It being such highly transmissible would not bode well, to sum it up simply.
Right. All right. So what was your point here? I feel like we're just talking about the same thing.
The point was, I'm not sure if I had one aside from it's not too bad so far. It depends on the age group. Again, I'm pretty sure last week's episode, our concurrent guest, Lonesome Lenny, mentioned the increase in hospitalizations as well. Again, I'd want to see what age range these hospitalizations are. If they're people, 20, 30, 40, whatever.
Obviously, they're going to be unvaccinated older individuals.
Obviously. Okay, I want to find
It's going to be very, going by general statistics. Yeah, that's most likely what you're going to find. But again, what exactly is your point here?
I don't think there is a point. It's just talking about a topic.
Dude, it's ran its course.
It was something different. It was something else. Ask fucking questions, talk about it.
We're still talking about COVID, so I don't know.
By all means, interject with something else.
Okay. Molly, do you have any topics at all?
Molly. Any topics?
Your conversation about COVID made me sleepy. Sorry.
Jesus. All right.
Woman moment.
That's my whole life.
Incredible. How do you guys feel with the metaverse?
There we go.
It's fucking spooky.
I don't know why I didn't write that down. I don't think it's going to amount to anything right away.
See, I think it will. I think it's gonna be stupid popular. I don't know why.
Well, not right away.
I think it's gonna suck
think,
ass, but I think it.
Right.
How long do you think it'll take for
Okay.
it to really become something big that everybody uses?
2
Okay,
years.
I kind of retract my statement. Because it's going to be ass and probably very buggy in the beginning, that'll probably be an incentive for people to just fuck around on there.
I agree. I think it's gonna devolve to something similar to VR chat, but for old people.
Right. Now, whenever I think of metaverse, the only thing I think of is Ugandan Knuckles in VR chat.
Oh my god.
You know what?
That's the thing. Sonic 2 is coming out, and the metaverse is coming out real soon. That's gonna have a
Jesus
slight
Christ.
resurgence around the same time. Isn't it gonna be awful?
It's gonna be great.
What I think about when I hear the metaverse is the fact that people are talking about selling digital property. Someone paid, I think, like $400,000 to have a virtual property right next to Snoop Dogg's virtual property.
What? No.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
it's just
horrid.
It's another reality.
It's a more Ponzi
Dude,
schemes.
Snoop Dogg plays Ark.
That's not good.
He hates it. He hated it. He played PvP and people just targeted and trolled him, and I think
Doesn't he just
actually may have
rage at?
given up on it.
Doesn't he just
Yeah.
rage at every game he plays?
I think so. I love Snoop Dogg. He's incredible.
I just saw one video of him playing like I think it was like an NFL game, and then he just
I
raged at
follow
it.
him on TikTok.
He got so mad at it, he left, and then the stream just stayed on overnight.
That's amazing.
He seems like someone that would be out of date on TikTok. He's too old.
Nah, his TikToks are great.
He's Snoop Dogg though.
A great musician for his time. 90s, early 2000s. Has he done anything relevant since like the early 2000s?
Yeah, he was in Epic Rap Battles of History. That was
That's pretty bad. That's not great.
Smosh and Rhett and Link are really good in Epic Rap Battles of History.
Aren't both of those things dead?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I really like that one. It's a good song.
When was the Smosh one even made?
I remembered my topic. It's specifically kind of targeted at Carter. I have started using Spotify.
Hey,
I got Spotify Premium because Sky added me to their family plan, so I get it for free. Yeah, it's been actually really nice. I used it a lot yesterday during my acid trip, and it was interesting. I normally like to think of myself as like an NPC in the world. I just prefer it. But because of the drugs I was on yesterday, and I had earbuds in listening to, honestly, some pretty emo shit because Sky picked it out, it did make me feel like a main character a bit yesterday, and it was fun, and I enjoyed it.
Fuck yeah. Spotify while on acid is amazing. I need to give
it
you
was
my...
kind of weird, though, when I would see people, they like, for some reason, everybody yesterday when I was walking was super chatty. Almost everybody either wanted to say something or tried to say hi to me as I walked past them, but I couldn't hear them because my music was too loud, and I didn't want to interact with them because I was on psychedelic drugs.
No, that's a main character moment.
I just sent you my Spotify name. When you get a chance, type it in exactly as is, and you should be able to friend me and then get access to all my playlists if you want.
Fuck yeah.
Spotify is good with coming up with shit you want to listen to. It has a good algorithm.
It also has Joe Rogan, so...
Joe Rogan's okay. My
favorite episode of Joe Rogan that I've listened to so far is the one with Alex Jones. I really like it. I don't think anything Alex Jones says is serious, or I don't take him super serious.
That's fair.
But he's really funny to listen to. Just the way he talks and the things he talks about, how intense he feels about them. It just brings me joy. It's just fun. He is a charismatic individual, even if you don't agree with him. And I feel the same about Joe Rogan. They are just they're fun to listen to.
Yeah, you don't have to necessarily agree with them to enjoy them.
No. I don't agree with a lot of shit either of them say. But they are still fun to listen to because of how they present themselves. They are both good at what they do.
Interesting. I didn't know Snoop Dogg had an episode on there recently.
Oh, really? I might have to watch that. I didn't know that, I think.
Ben Shapiro. Ooh.
Ben Shapiro. He's interesting to listen to.
Oh, Jason, I was talking about you today with a friend.
Why?
I was kind of insulting you on accident. I said you kind of reminded me of a baby just with your facial structure. And then we just got on the topic of hating babies. And I said I wanted to push in your soft spot on your head.
That's great.
But then I said that is the only spot in your head that heals like Wolverine. You're a mutant. I don't know why. But I figured you should know how I needed to come clean with you, Jason. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. I enjoy it. You know what? You think about me. That's all that matters.
Jason, is your topic ready?
My topic ready?
Yeah, I thought you said you had a host topic.
Oh, not really. We kind of went through it already, but I have some topics, like some podcast topics here.
Sweet. Because I think I'm out. That was my topic.
All right.
So.
No, I liked it. I don't know what to fucking say to that. It just reminds me of when I was talking about, soft spot when I was at Target with you that one day. So I think that's where you kind of like pulled it out of your memory.
Oh my god, you're totally right.
But yeah,
I have an awful memory, so it.
All right. I mean, thoughts on. All right. It's like it sounds like it's every 2 years now that it's like 2016 Well, I guess kind of, sort of. There's kind of okay, so 2018, North Korea. 20 2020, that was Iran. And then, 2022, now we got, Russia, Ukraine. What are your thoughts on that? The whole World War III. Do you think they'll stop blueballing us? Or do you think it'll just keep being like a puppet show?
I think
it'll
already
keep
kind
being
of
a puppet
stopped.
show because I think the people in charge know that if they start one, it'll literally be the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll literally become nuclear warfare, and either everyone will die, or so many people will die that it doesn't matter. I genuinely think that, and I think a lot
Yeah.
of people know that or think that deep down, and that's why it won't. I hope and think it won't go anywhere.
I mean, most countries, from what I remember, they're starting to place a bunch of sanctions on Russia to try and dissuade them from
Well,
doing that.
they've had sanctions on Russia for a while now.
Well, they're adding more.
And then U.S., we're still in the talks of it. We're not doing anything yet.
First article by the Washington Post. Top Russian and U.S. officials likely to meet this week. When was this posted? Yesterday. Okay, so sometime this week. You know what? Top Russian and U.S. officials are likely to meet.
Okay, well, I mean, probably not going to be. I imagine those conversations would just be like passive aggressive, and then it just doesn't amount to anything.
That'd be funny, because then that means that shit is going to happen. It just doesn't amount to anything.
Well, I mean, not quite. We still have to. I believe Russia is going to wait until the Chinese Winter Olympics are over, so China can have its spotlight. Otherwise, it's going to ruin relations with them. So we still got some intermission before another European war, but I don't think the immediate outcome would be nukes, because if they're they want a particular territory, they're not going to go straight to the arsenal and what I think it's called. Okay, I lost the definition, but I mean, if somebody launches nukes...
MAD?
Yeah, MAD.
Yeah, mutually assured destruction. If one country launches nukes, then every country's done so. Yeah.
There we go, yep. Yeah, so I mean, I think that whole factor is that's why they won't really do anything. It's more of, we have the capabilities, so you can't use yours.
I think that's fair. I mean, again, if something does happen, I'm pretty sure Ukraine is part of NATO already.
No,
or are they trying to join?
They were trying to join, and then they're kind of like, they're in a... I suppose this might be a bad way to describe it, but like kind of like a purgatory state where they're kind of a member, but they're not really.
That's fair. If they are a member, then yeah, Russia would be throwing a hissy fit. Well, why are they... It's fucking stupid. I know, I remember hearing already that U.S. is willing to supply troops, train Ukraine military members.
Yeah, it's just going to be like another Afghan war, it looks like.
Yeah.
But except,
that wouldn't be too bad.
But except like, the Ukrainians actually want to defend their country.
Maybe, like, who knows, 20 years from now we'll have another situation like the Mujahideen, where we train Ukrainian military member, and then they start to suddenly really hate America, and they do something about it. Who knows? Maybe in another 20 years we'll have a situation like that.
Fuck, why would they want to go against NATO?
I don't think it'd be a military. I don't know. Maybe they just get burnt out from America. I don't know. Depends on where you go. Certain countries, the way they depict their own country. I mean, have you heard, or at least heard people talk about Chinese movies? In American movies, American wartime movies, we're the good guys. We're the ones that save the day. We're the ones that go through the struggle.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I'm
sure that's what it is like for every country, you know?
Yeah. So from the other person's point of view, I mean, I think it could be very easy to see NATO as a, like the Legion of Doom, to some extent.
The fuck? Well, that's what Russia's depicting, actually, to their citizens. They kind of have, like, false flag operations, kind of saying, NATO's out of line because of this, this, and this. That's why I think what they're trying to do is egg us on to be the first ones to strike, so it's not... That means, Putin, he doesn't have, like, a bad political situation, since, like, his approval rating is, like, dropping. like
Well,
because of the sanctions and shit already. So
yeah, but he's been in office for like way longer. There's supposed to be
Oh,
a term, I'm pretty sure, but he's still there.
Well, yeah, I guess he's a really good president. I guess.
Oh yeah, he's so fair.
Yeah. Okay, back, not digested. All right, congratulations, Lonesome Lenny.
Nice. I like the first thing I see when I open up Facebook. It's a post on real life in the town I live in. Stimulate your ass to work. Every business in town is hiring.
The fuck.
Okay. I
don't
am
know.
currently in talks with applications for 3 different fucking places. If I do not hear a word back from any fucking one of them, I'm actually going to be a bit upset.
Just get a job.
Okay.
Just stimulate your ass a job.
Okay. All right.
It's such a dumb. I mean, it's very easy to say it when you're in a job position, but I bet your ass if they got fired, like the next day, they wouldn't be saying the same thing.
I mean, I'm sure if I applied at Taco John's or Taco Bell, I could probably get a job. But you know what?
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
You know, people got to actually feed their families. You know, if you apply for a job, you're not like, you know, qualified for the certain qualifications, and then you're making less working shit.
You know, for certain food service jobs, actually, I'm pretty sure certain food service jobs pay better than what I'm currently making, or pay just as much. I know what McDonald's crew trainer, that's 17 an hour. That's more than I'm making at the moment.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that.
I make almost 19.
Yeah, that's good.
That's better than me.
I'm actually looking for backup jobs though. My management sucks.
Yeah.
Workplace is kind of falling apart.
The same place that I'm applying to, that Liam works at.
No, I'm going to the same place my dad works at.
Fair.
Family is everything.
They have been
no.
begging. That place has been begging me to come back and work for them, or to come work for them.
Do they pay good?
They do. Their starting pay for me would be $20 an hour.
Not bad.
Damn. Well, then, like, egg them on just a little bit to, you know, get on your high horse a little bit more.
I like where I'm at right now at my job. It's very easy, and I like the people I work with. But if it gets any worse, like if any people I start to like quit or the management gets worse, I will go to that other place. I will not hesitate after that.
It's good that you have a backup plan, though, too.
And I've told them that. I've told them that it may not be soon, and I don't hope it's soon, but can I rely on you as a backup? And they're like, yes, absolutely. So I've got a little leniency for now.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. It's nice.
I'm potentially finding out if I have leniency, hopefully this week, actually.
It's
again, Steve hasn't fucking responded to me, and I sent another email.
Fucking hope he does, because I bet how much you bet that's why they're not getting a lot of people is just like their lack of fucking. I don't know. Yeah, their lack of fucking, their lack of reproducing is the reason why. Yeah, but I don't know. I wish I had a fucking answer for that, but for me it was as easy as my uncle making a phone call, and then he said, "Yeah, come in this date and time. Here's a screenshot of the location."
I just want to stop hearing about the amount of people that get shit because they fucking know someone in their family. All right, I just don't want to hear it. I don't.
I'm sorry, I wasn't one of those people until recently. Back in the day, I saw some people take some easy trips.
Adderall.
Is Adderall an easy trip? Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, just go to Walmart. It's $8 for me. Actually, when I said Adderall, I was talking about a dinosaur in this game I'm playing.
So I could go to Walmart right now and buy Adderall?
Sorry, and that message was from
Lonesome
Lenny.
I have a prescription for it.
That's fucking okay.
It's is that what he's talking about with easy trips?
I don't know.
Were we talking about Adderall?
I don't know if he's talking about those kind of trips or. Back in the day, I saw some people take some easy trips. I can't disagree with you. Lonesome Lenny, the guy in our YouTube chat.
I mean, yeah, if you want to enlighten us on what you mean exactly, that would be wonderful.
What is this? Okay. Facebook is just an interesting place. Again, I kind of hope Metaverse takes off wildly because that would make this life of mine even more interesting. Everything is fucking digital. You can own digital property, digital real estate license, or NFTs are already taking off wildly.
Well,
Another
that
Ponzi.
literally is an NFT. If you're buying property in a digital universe.
Well, yeah, it's just to own the rights to it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean it's just NFTs with a different skin, I guess, that aren't called NFTs.
but it's by definition, it's pretty much just an NFT.
I cannot wait to play SAO in real life. I am so excited.
Even
Dude,
the
I
feature
should've
where if you
watched
die in the game,
SAO.
you shouldn't. Even the feature where if you die in the game, you die in real life. Or are you doubly excited for that part?
Yes.
I hear SAO is actually better than Hunter x Hunter.
I hear that that's the most stupid fucking take I've ever heard. Who the fuck has said that?
Never watched Hunter x Hunter.
You haven't?
I have not.
That's interesting. It's okay. I think it's pretty good.
Jaden likes it, so I don't think I'm ever going to watch
Oh,
it.
god damn it. No, I gotta find something else to watch.
Just because one person that you don't like something doesn't mean you
Yeah.
can't ever like it.
Yeah, if it's that person, yes, it does.
Alright. I guess I'm... Okay. Okay. No, I'm 99% sure you're just saying it just to say it, but have you heard anyone actually say that SAO is better than Hunter x Hunter?
No, I haven't.
Alright.
Yeah. No, 100%. I would call them out if that was true. But
Fair. But I do think genuinely that Riverdale is better than Breaking Bad.
the fuck is Riverdale?
Aw.
It's a
I don't think that you think that's true.
No, not at all.
Fuck.
Okay, I want to type in why Riverdale is better than Breaking Bad.
worst
Yeah.
shows ever.
Confirmation bias.
Alright, the first thing I type in, why Riverdale, and then the search result is bad. Is the worst show ever.
I looked up Riverdale, and then one of those top-down search boxes you can click on says, "Is Riverdale on for 13-year-olds?"
What? What does that mean?
The show is ideal for kids age 13 and up.
No, that's too
Is it
old.
really
Even,
that?
even 13-year-olds realize how cringe this shit is.
The
All right.
fuck?
Did Netflix turn Riverdale into the next Breaking Bad this summer? This is from fucking 2017.
Jesus Christ. What is it even about?
High school murder.
So,
Yeah,
like
you know,
13
yeah.
Reasons
I-
Why, but like...
Heard a decent amount about the show. Season 1
Oh, it's a
is
150? I'm gonna
solving
kill
a murder.
All right.
Season
Maybe
2, solving who a serial killer is. And then after that, it gets very unclear what the plot is. They do a lot of musical episodes now.
You sound intoxicated.
Thank you. Yeah.
So they don't have a plot. They just kind of just sing now.
One of the main things people joke about is that it's just the ups and downs of high school and football.
So like 13
Oh,
Reasons
incredible.
Why.
I mean, okay. No, from what I can tell, Riverdale just seems like absolute dog shit. It's like an 11-year-old attempting to write romantic fan fiction, but an 11-year-old is writing about it. Meanwhile, 13 Reasons Why, I'd classify that as like a 14-year-old attempting to write romantic fan fiction. They have a tiny bit more experience, but the execution is just as fucking bad. Maybe it attempts to be more tasteful, but the attempt means nothing. The end result is still the same.
Like, I haven't seen the second season, but I'd like to imagine that it's like creepypasta level. And then they're like putting a disclaimer on that.
There's 4 seasons of 13 Reasons Why. I tried to watch the first
Fucking
season.
4?
Yes, there's 4. They somehow
Dude,
stretched it out to
knew it.
4 seasons.
I don't know what it.
I tried watching the first season because that's the one that like genuinely that one had all the hype, all the people
Right.
talking about it, and all the people talking about how
They
shit. it is.
deleted some scenes from the first one.
Yeah, I remember hearing every fucking point. self-harm suicide scene, Netflix was contacting mental health advisors or some shit to talk about, okay, how do we do this tastefully? They were apparently told, do not show this shit. This will inspire copycats or people that are already thinking about suicide to do what you are depicting. Nah, let me fucking do it anyway.
Well, I mean, if they took it down, it would be like equivalent to Joe Rogan, right?
I mean, yeah, they had
They
to
didn't
admit,
take it down. They removed it.
They did. They had to admit that they fucked up, but they eventually took it down. But before that,
But
they
they're
were like,
silencing stuff.
Oh shit.
like, this is different, all right? Joe Rogan's in a completely different fucking tier compared to.
Oh, but if
13
you
Reasons
like
Why.
if you like the person, then yeah, they're okay. But like,
To some extent, yeah.
all right.
13 Reasons Why has. Okay. You're not a fan of the show, so I can't really ask you this. Molly, are you at least unbiased when it comes to that show?
13. Seen it.
God damn it.
Okay, well, I've watched season 1.
All right, talk to your mom. Ask her what is two good things about the show. Fair.
Okay.
Okay, I need to look
I've
this up.
I watched. Wait, how far in the first season did you get?
I've technically watched a recap of every single season, so I know everything that happens. But
Well, like like when you watched it initially.
I think I got up to like the third to last episode before I only decided to watch recaps.
Interesting. Okay, so it was like wait, when did you watch it?
I think like a year after it came out. So the popularity for it, the hype definitely was died down. But
Okay, I watched it while the hype was high, and like everyone in my family was watching it. I watched like season 1. I forced myself to the second to last episode, and then when I got to the last episode, I just said, fuck it. You know, all this work that I put into watching it, I'm not gonna waste more time. I just decided not to watch the last one. I don't know. It just bored me. That kind of came with my realization where I don't really care for like very
Became so
very
disjointed.
serious shows. What?
It became very disjointed.
Sure.
it became a fucking joke of a show.
It did.
Okay, I got Reddit. I got r/Reddit on why 13 Reasons is garbage.
Incredible.
But what they need, I think they should have just stopped at like the first one, the first season,
agree.
and then it's just kind of like you know, a playful, not really a playful, but like a kind of experimental series type of thing. Instead of having a little fun with the cow's udders.
I'm excited for the Scott Pilgrim animated series coming from Netflix. I think
I
that's
didn't-
going to be good.
I didn't know that was a thing. I'm excited for that now.
The fuck is Scott Pilgrim?
Sacrilegious.
Oh, okay.
You're a heathen, Jason.
I see what this is now. It's the same guy from Superbad. And The Social Network.
No one cares about the guy. It's all about the girl from that movie, Jason.
No, I'd watch it for the guy.
I love Michael Cera. Don't get me wrong, but it's not about Michael Cera.
I thought you were an incel.
I am an incel.
Well, why would you watch it for a woman then?
I actually didn't watch it for a woman at first, but that's why everyone does.
Oh, okay.
I forget what her name is.
Ramona
offhand.
Flowers.
Yeah. Yeah. She inspired the I
She's
forget
the
what kind of
reason why women
subculture.
are the worst nowadays.
I know there's a song about it. I know she inspired a whole subculture of fashion styling.
Indeed. And
Okay.
one of the worst ones.
I'd say so.
Most-
I mean,
Toxic, degenerative ones.
The fuck am I here? I don't even. It's so interesting to hear this shit when I'm like not even in the loop at all.
Good. You want to stay that way. It's much better. You're probably much happier.
See, I keep hearing that, but hearing that only makes me want to go into the loop just to see how bad it is because I'm not good with that.
That's okay.
If I hear something horrific or like don't do this or don't watch it, then I
You want to hear
you know
something
like
horrific?
normal human I want to do it. What?
I can just screech at the top of my lungs right now.
Do it. I'm sure our viewers would love that.
Do you really want me to? Because I will.
Yeah. Headphone warning.
I hope my neighbor heard me. Carter, can you hear me?
No, your audio I think peaked because it didn't pick up at all.
Yeah, it didn't pick up.
We're gonna leave it at that because that's funny.
That was great. It just went silent.
That's amazing. Jaden's microphone used to do that in Ark whenever he would play it with us. And this game, in case you haven't noticed, makes you really angry. So he liked to scream a lot. And then he would just he would die and then he would just go silent because he would literally just be screaming as loud as he could.
See, it's like two sides of the chaotic spectrum there. You could be legitimately silent because you're just so angry.
Jaden, if you've ever seen hell.
What? No, I genuinely didn't even hear. I don't even think that picked up that well.
I heard it.
Jason, do you think you have seen hell?
You think probably not? No, I couldn't imagine it. Were you like D from Always Sunny? You got.
I'm not that
killed.
far into that show. I got bored.
You died. Jesus. How far did you get?
Like season 3.
Okay, so you're like Elijah with the Fly episode of Breaking Bad.
That's when he stopped.
I love Breaking Bad. I didn't finish the last season because someone fucking spoiled it for me. But otherwise, I love Breaking Bad. I really like the movie after.
El Camino? Yeah.
Yeah, I liked that.
That was
It was good.
How about Better Call Saul? Do you watch that?
I watched up to season 3, and I got halfway through season 3, and it wasn't bad. But that I also got bored of. I heard it got boring until season. What's the season that just came out?
5.
4. Wait,
I thought it was
really?
5. I thought season 6 was the
I think
upcoming one.
I think the 5th season came out or is coming out. Maybe that'll be good, but I don't know.
5 seasons, so yeah, it must be season 6 that's coming out then.
Yeah. Hey, okay. I found the song about Ramona Flowers. It's a great song. Yeah, BPD and ecstasy, conceited with low self-esteem. She's a teenage dream if you hate yourself. Bride-dyed hair and obnoxious clothes. Thinks communism is the way to go. She's a whore, a hole, a dime a dozen Jezebel. Fluoride mind and SSR eyes. 1,000-year stare for all those guys that she fucking sucked before you came along.
I heard fluoride. I heard fluoride mind, and that's where I draw the line.
That's some lyrical bars right there. I kind of like that. Fluoride mind and SSR eyes. The song is catchy. Right?
So can I just throw a bunch of gibberish together and just call it interpretation?
Well, if it's good gibberish, then yeah, you can.
Well, I mean, anything can be good gibberish.
Well, lay down some good gibberish.
Play it off well enough.
Lay down some good gibberish then.
Yeah, you got this, Jason.
If you drive a car, end up behind bars.
And
it's an interpretation of the Amish, all right, of how hell is like a prison cell.
Uh-huh.
See, it's amazing. It's good interpretation.
I don't know about that.
Just because you don't agree with it doesn't mean that it's not good.
All right. Would you start your rap off? What was your first line?
Just because you don't, or just because you drive a car.
Damn, doesn't even remember it.
Yeah, dude, I just ad-lib there.
Just because you drive a car
doesn't mean you'll end up behind bars or something like that.
Just because you drive a car doesn't mean you'll end up behind bars. Doesn't mean you'll go far.
Hey, you can't just keep rhyming. You have to do A B A B A.
No, you can keep rhyming. That's style.
Oh, that's horrible if you keep rhyming like that.
No, I mean look.
It can be good sometimes if you do it right.
Very rarely. Not if it's short words, maybe, but otherwise it's just a children's rhyme.
I mean, Hobson has a lot of that kind of rhyming scheme, and I'd say some of his tracks are pretty good. He's the only one that Hobson. He's the only one that comes to mind.
Still, who?
Again, illiterate.
Illiterate?
Musically illiterate.
Music LY? I thought it was TikTok.
All right, name 2 hip-hop artists from the late 90s to early 2000s.
Biggie Smalls.
And
The Smashing Pumpkins.
okay.
Person that sang Ice Ice Baby.
Vanilla Ice. The one fucking song that he's done that he actually got some attention for. Not even his song.
Well, I mean, it's his lyrics at least. But I mean, the melody, yeah, definitely isn't his. I can't believe they they won that lawsuit.
I thought they lost it.
I thought they lost. I mean, how else? Did they just not gain money from it then, or what?
If he lost it, then that would be a actually terrible precedent because that means you couldn't sample beats from other songs. That would be no. He definitely had to have won that lawsuit if they tried to.
No,
sue
that's
him
what I
for
was
that.
saying. That's why I was stupid. That's why I thought it was stupid that he won it still. Because he took he didn't say that he was gonna make a cover of that song. He just took the melody, played it off as his own, and then threw his own lyrics in there. That's where I think it gets kind of choppy. But I mean,
Even today I can think of like certain songs that take samples from other songs and don't like put don't put the song that they're sampling in the credits of the song. But they still do it, but I mean it's not like they're trying. There's some sort of fair use with it where you're allowed to sample like a beat of a song without it being like copyright infringement, as long as you artistically change enough of it.
I don't know. I don't even want to begin starting to read those legal documents. But yeah, you know what? For our personal project, we should just like rip Megalovania and then put like some other random tones in there, and then we can just use it.
I wouldn't want to do that. That song is too good.
It's okay.
It's like the best track out of Undertale. It's
Well, I mean, it's a good track.
it's like
They have some other songs in there that's good. It's not
Megalovania. Yeah, it's a good one.
Dummy. That's a good one.
I think you meant to say
I like
Megalovania.
Naps and Lukes.
I like Naps to Luke's, but then like the dummy one as well, like the more upbeat version of it. It's like a good swing.
It is.
Megalovania has a good song.
I like the music for when you're fighting the king. I don't remember his name because I haven't played it in a long time. But I like
Bergen
his theme when you're
Truckin'?
fighting him.
Bergen Truckin'?
Maybe.
Or is that might just be the name of the intro, but
I don't know.
Hopes and Dreams is a good one.
I think it's that is a good one, but I don't know. Whatever the one, Jason, remember I sent you a video of the one that I have a PlayStation theme for. Whatever that one is, I like that one. It's very peaceful.
He sent me a video.
Yeah, I have a live PlayStation theme, an Undertale one.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to tell you the song unless I heard it. I forgot what it sounded like.
Either way, you know that there is one.
Yeah.
I like that.
No, that one's
There
good.
is other songs other than Megalovania, Carter.
Just Megalovania,
Fucking
honestly.
Tool.
It's just Megalovania.
Not a true fan.
I'm not a true fan. I only care about Sans
Well, we
and
are, so
Megalovania.
shut up.
You have to play the game.
Imagine being a true fan of Undertale.
The game?
No.
Fuck Don. Good job, Jason. We tag team that. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was our guest for the day, Isaac Slider, otherwise known as Flaming Fossil. He's been our most long-time guest of all time, and once again, I will say it's been a pleasure having you on the show. Any closing remarks?
I think he's mad, boys.
Yeah. Silenced.
I have no idea how strong the urge was to put you in sleepy time.
Abusive
Coward.
powers.
Hey, almost abusive power.
You thought about it, abusive powers.
That's
Coward.
okay.
Okay, you know what? I'd be a hypocrite saying that.
Yeah.
I have a lot of urges.
Wow. I have an urge too. It's to listen to the best track in Undertale called Megalovania.
I think my favorite song is still Dummy.
It's a weird way of saying Megalovania
My favorite song is "Never Gonna Give You Up" by Rick Astley.
of all time.
That is a good Undertale song.
Amazing song.
My second favorite song is "Ring of Fire" by Johnny Cash. That's a good one.
I still aspire to do donuts at the Crown Vic with that song playing.
Ooh, that sounds fun. Do it.
Have it a music video. Smell the burnt rubber.
Yeah, through the music video.
Yeah, that was fun. We should definitely do that with your car again, Carter.
With your car, yeah.
No, that'll be great. I'll do it. We'll do donuts, and then right after we'll go to the shop, so that they have to change the tire while it's like hot as shit.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Yeah, you know what? We have one person that's angry, one person that's kind of sleeping, and then the other person is kind of like absent-mindedly doing other stuff as well, playing Ark.
I am not. I just don't have input on all of these topics.
Fair enough.
What's your input on Megalovania?
Right. How about your car? Have you done donuts with your car?
Not intentionally.
Do you plan on ever doing it intentionally?
I don't think my vehicle can.
Oh, you can. 100%.
Okay, I don't think I can or will with my vehicle.
Well, I mean, I did it
don't-
with Carter's, so.
I think his is better for it, to be honest.
Really? Why do
My
you
car's
think
a
that?
little taller.
It's taller and shorter. It would still do donuts,
Yeah.
maybe not as easily, but it still definitely could.
I know it can, and I could if I tried, but I don't really have the ambition or want to try, to be honest. I don't want to do that to my car. I don't want to treat this one like shit. If I get a nicer vehicle, then I will.
I mean, if you don't fuck it up too bad, you're not really treating it like shit.
Yeah.
You're just
As long
having a
as
bit
you
of fun with it.
As long as you put it back together afterwards.
Yeah, well, Elijah didn't do that.
Yeah,
so
but
he
I don't know
didn't-
how. I don't know how or want to have to put it back together. And if I put it back together, then I have to have someone help me, and I feel like a leech.
Just do
We
it
don't
when
have to
Tate is
if
in
you have
town.
your own warehouse and garage and tools.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Just bring Tate, all right? Make him do it.
I could. He would do it for free.
It's like
Literally, all I would have to do is hang out with him and do drugs with him, and he probably would.
Dude, that's sad. That sounds like you're taking advantage of him.
it's an equal exchange, all right? It's an equal
That's why
exchange.
That's why I don't, because I feel like a leech. I'm saying I could. I don't. I never have, and I don't plan to. Because the thing is, Tate does like car fixing and mechanic stuff. It's what he goes to college for right now. It's his job right now, and it's just been
Oh.
his hobby for the past 10 years.
So you'd be one of those people, like, hey, I heard that you're an electrician. Would you, like, I know you're, like, coming by just for a family dinner, but would you, mind taking a look at our
No, I would
basement
literally
lights?
just go to Tate. No, if I did it, which I won't, the way I would do it is I would literally just be like, "Hey Tate, I need help fixing my car. If I bring drugs, will you help me?" Because I guarantee he would say yes. But I'm not gonna lie to him or try to sneak him through things. I'll tell him exactly what's going on.
What if you did do that and he just straight up just said no?
Then I would just be fine with it. I wouldn't question it because that's fair. He has the
Yeah.
right to just be like, "No, fuck off." I
I
don't
was just
think
curious.
he would, but if he does, I have no issue with it. I don't have the right to have an issue with that.
Fair enough. Seems like a reasonable deal there, so. Yeah, you know what? All right, this has been
Incredible.
a great show. About 4 minutes over time now. So,
Nice.
and yeah, I think we need to assess the crowd here. Silence equals, nothing. So,
Dead air.
yeah. Congratulations, Flaming Fossil, on getting a spot in the podcast again.
Poggers.
If you'd like to be on again, just let us know and we'll give you another spot. You're kind of like a veteran here, so
I'm a veteran. That's incredible.
yeah. Thank you for your service on the podcast.
You're very welcome.
All right, with that
Um,
information, Yeah, do you have any
Alright.
closing remarks?
It's fun to be back. I missed this podcast, and I was upset because I couldn't listen to the last one for some reason. But I was happy to be here and participate in this one.
Well, that's great. Thank you for stopping by. And
Yeah. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.
yeah, no problem.
That is,
I'm going
that is
to.
all I had.
Okay. Right, I'm gonna hop back into hosts. All right. Yeah, there we go. Our next is to wrap it up. So I guess I'm not really sure how this segment is supposed to go.
Just what wrap up? I don't know. See, thank you for tuning in. We'll have another episode same time next week with a different guest, assuming he is a man of his word. We'll find out exactly what kind of man it is that we're dealing with next week.
Oh no, I'm almost 100% certain. He seemed actually genuinely excited when I was talking to him. I don't know why, but he seemed like he was actually interested.
I think
I would be if somebody asked me to be on their podcast.
I think I remember how his voice sounds. I'm gonna be shocked by how much it's changed. I know.
Oh, it's probably gonna be super deep, and then yeah, he wants to go by Black Lung, so that should be interesting as well.
Okay. All right. It is next week, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, not next week. It was actually the February 13th. That is 2 weeks ahead.
Never mind, I lied.
Remember, we have the alternating schedule here. So next week we will go back to our schedule 1, which is has Carter's substances and
listen to it next week and find out what the fuck it is that we do.
Yeah. You know what? Go ahead. Just do that. We'll come up with an outro next week or some shit. I don't know.
Otherwise,